even if, Judge Gold, even if it's, and this is what I hate, this, why do you have to be, if a defense have a third-party culprit defense, if it's absolutely ludicrous, well, let them present it, and it will sound ludicrous and will convict the guy even harder. If it's believable and causes reasonable doubt, then it's reasonable doubt. Either way, a third-party culprit defense should always be allowed, in my opinion. I mean, the arguments against it are so, well, we can't confuse the jury. Or really, are you saying confuse the jury, or we don't want them to hear it because it destroys our case? It's ludicrous.
Yeah,
but some states have it. You can't bring forward a third-party culprit defense unless you have a nexus, or as up in Wisconsin, you have to go through a 3-prong hearing where the third-party culprit, the defense must prove that the third party had means, motive, opportunity.
Yep.
But how can you know that? Because the defense only has what is produced from the state. The defense can't subpoena a third-party culprit person. They can't subpoena his phone records. They can't subpoena his DNA. I mean, yeah, it's up in Wisconsin with the third party, which is another case I've been covered. One of the first cases I covered on my channel, the Zachariah Anderson case, which is equally as bad as the Delphi case, in my opinion. And shout out to Zachariah Anderson. I hope you're doing okay. You've been in prison for a few years now. And shout out to Solomon, his brother, who's doing amazing work to get the truth out there. But that is a separate case. I have a playlist on my channel if anybody wants to go into another deep dive about an absolutely
and what's
ludicrous
that case again?
Zachariah Anderson. Up in Wisconsin.
Okay, what happened with him?
They claimed that he killed his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. They claim that Zachariah Anderson, at 6 foot 200 pounds, with a chronic back problem, killed a 6 foot 270 pound man. Well, now, still not impossible. And rolled him up in a 5 foot by 7 foot rug. Hermetically sealed that rug, because from the apartment and out, there are no drag marks. There are no blood droplets. So they claim he did that in a 14-minute span. Because that is the only span, because where he was at his house, he text messaged somebody, he took a nap, and then a few hours later, he answered a call, or whatever it was. So the only time span is those 14 minutes, where he managed to kill that guy. Let's back up here. They claim he drove there without being caught in any of the traffic cameras or business cameras, none of them. Was in hiding while knocking on the door in an apartment complex. Then the new boyfriend opened the door, and the claim from the state is he jumped him with a bat.
Oh my!
Yeah, and because there are blood spatter in the apartment, and you could see that there was a struggle. There is blood pooling. There are spatter in the roof on the walls, but only.
So it was a fight.
There was a fight there
between them two.
That's the problem here. When they claimed that he was hermetically sealed in this 5 foot by 7 foot rug. Let's go through. The guy was 6'2", 270 pounds. How do you get him into a rolled up rug? That size of a man. You can't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can't. The circumference doesn't allow it. And then hermetically seal, somehow carry this man without droplets. Remember, Zachariah Anderson, chronic back problems. To his van, then managed to put this huge package in a 3-foot by 4-foot area where the rug in the family van was missing because they couldn't find any blood in the rest of the van. Drove him all the way back without any of blood and DNA from that rug package, except a pin, top of a pen size, brownish dot on the side of the car, where the DNA expert says it was a match to Mr. Rosalio Guterres. Now here's the interesting part. She didn't testify to, well, at what range is it? Because you have seen trials. They say it's 1 in 30 trillion and 1 in 40 gazillion and one. No, the testimony was the prosecutor asked her, you found this? Yes. And was it a match to Mr. Guterres? Yes. That's it. Here comes the interesting part. Mr. Guterres, his father disappeared years earlier. So they could not find his paternal to match against, only the maternal. So already there, you are at 50%. The Guterres family in this area is huge. There's a lot of Guterres in that area. So even if it was like 1 in 10,000, yeah, okay. In that area in Wisconsin, there's roughly 200,000 people. Roughly. That means that within that area alone, there could be 20 different people. And also, on top of that, well, there are records of Mr. Guterres driving out to where Zachariah lived. Could his DNA has been just by, Mr. Guterres was a heavy smoker. He could have just coughed in the air where this van was. And also, the kids, Zach's and his ex-kids, they have 3 of them, they went. Guterres and his ex and the kids hung around each other. There are multiple ways that little pinprick size could have gotten there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How long have you been in jail?
He's been in prison now for 3 years.
Oh, wow. I see, that's another one. I know nothing about that case.
Yeah. And as soon as his appeal is in, I'm going to do deep dives on my channel surrounding it. They have still asked for more time to submit it because there's so much about that case that is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. For instance, Zach, when Rosalio's friends came to his house threatening him, Zach called the cops himself, saying, yeah, there are some bad people here. And then the cops arrived and arrested him because his ex said, I think it's my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to really help because that's enough. I got to look into that because I'm with you. The little small, how this guy, do you say he had back problems too?
Back problems. Yeah, chronic back problems. And they claim he picked this. Have you ever tried to pick something up that doesn't want to be picked up? Now imagine 270 pounds of that. I mean, now I've been meaning, because now I'm bigger than Rosario, but I'm still saying to Solomon and other people who cover that case, at one point in time, they should try to put me in one of those rugs. Because even though I'm slightly bigger, it's still the same size. And trying to get that into a 5 foot by 7 foot rug. Yeah, 270 pounds of dead weight. Imagine a sack of potatoes. 270 pounds of potatoes. Try to pick that up. I mean, yeah. Yeah. And also, yeah. Hold on here. I want to...
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button on both channels. Support both channels. Hey, man, Nick, boy, say,
yeah.
Oh, we. I think I really got to look at the case now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a joke around my viewers. If you want to find a clusterfuck of a case, just watch Nick, because I find them. It is. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let me try to just to show you what the state claimed he drove past to get from Zach's house to Rosalio's apartment. I have it, if you can show it on screen. Yeah, that is the only route that Zach could have taken to get to Rosalio's apartment and back again, and still have that 14-minute time window. What the blue dots you see there are traffic cameras, and he wasn't seen on any of them.
They say, Mo says, is there any theory in that case of who actually did it?
There's a theory about one, because Mr. Rosalio hung around bad people, and when he wasn't owed money, he owed somebody else money, specifically one person. And that person, to our understanding, Dave at MLS Dave has done a video about that. That person had motive, owed money. He had means. Well, several convictions of violent crimes and drug crimes. The only thing that is missing is we can't place him there at the time of the murder. And
he as I said, 14 minutes, right? They said
yeah. So you have yeah. But we can place him there either that day or the morning after, because there are contentions, because a neighbor heard a struggle in that apartment, but not on that day, the day after. But after a visit from the district attorney, that witness changed her mind. Oh, it was, yeah. And
so also, who is Sadie?
Sadie is the girlfriend, Zach's ex-girlfriend. She was the one who pointed her finger at Rosario, at Zach. Sadie and Rosario had been dating for maybe 2 months, and she wanted it to be serious, and he wasn't. She said she texted him, do you want to be my person? And he texted back, okay. At the same time, he was dating, at that we know, at least 2 other women. And was
Rosalio?
Yeah, Rosalio was dating 2 other women and was probably trying to get a third one at the same time. And Sadie, to this day, says he was the love of her life. And it's like, no. You've seen the guy for 2 months.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and he had other women at the same time. Nah, not going to happen. So yeah, and she somehow, she claims, he always texted me good night, and he didn't. So I waited until, well, the day after, and I drove to that apartment. And then she claims she found it in that, disarray and blood spatter. And it's everything surrounding that it's so weird. Why would she abandon her kids at home to drive to a person who might just have ghosted her? Why? It's that case has so much absolute horse shit in it.
So after 2 months of dating Rosalio, she said that he was the love of her life.
Well, no, not at the time when when it became trial. All of a sudden, he was the love of her life. She stood with the Rosalio's family. Yeah, and here's the thing: I've seen the crime scene photos of that apartment. There's not enough blood. There's blood spatter. Yeah, there's a little pooling. But it's not enough blood to say that Rosalio was killed in that apartment, in my personal opinion.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, everybody. Say the great Mr. Nick Starow. You done turned me up on this case.
Yeah, especially since mid-trial, the prosecution had to change from he beat him to death with a bat, because they found some wood splinters in the apartment, and one of Rosalio's bats was missing. They had to change it that he finished it off with a knife, because they used a prison snitch named Munch. Munch. He was called Munch. Who claimed on the stand that Zachariah Anderson confessed to him in his sleep. Confessed to, I stabbed the fucker to death, or something of the sort. So mid-trial, with this snitch on the stand, the prosecution is going, oh shit, now we have to go from just a bat to bat and a knife. And I'm saying, when somebody is, according to Munch, Zach stabbed the guy repeatedly, where's all the blood?
Oh, wait.
And here's the thing. Remember when I said his dad went missing a number of years earlier? Yeah. Never been found? We have meaning there's a family, the Gutierrez family, where men suddenly disappear. There's no way, in my opinion, because the body never found. Never found.
Oh, they never found his body?
Never found the body.
Oh.
They searched Zach's house up and down. They searched Zach's family's properties up and down. They tested a chainsaw. They tested everything. They tested everything regarding Zachariah Anderson.
No evidence of blood or nothing on him?
Nothing.
So how did they use to get him arrested then if it was nothing?
Well, Sadie pointed at that direction. I think it was my ex-boyfriend. And then they manufactured everything around that.
Ooh.
They found, they didn't, since there was no body, there's no time of death. So all they had to do was see, when can we say that, because Zach always called his then girlfriend. They called, texted, hung around. So there was extremely limited time where there was a gap. But they found that gap, like a 3.5 hour gap or something of the sort, when his phone was silent and not moving. So they claim that, Zach did this while leaving the phone behind. That, hence the 14-minute gap and the map that we just saw. where he somehow avoided being seen on any traffic cameras, going there and back. But somehow they managed to convince the jury that, yeah, he did it.
So
there's nobody.
Was this shown on in the court, like on the TV?
Yeah, it was on Law and Crime, and what was it called? Jealous boyfriend murder trial or something like that. And and sadly, the audio is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Also, you weren't able to hear it that good?
Yeah, and some of the people, when Sadie was on the stand saying that, I was so scared of Zach, and then the defense came up, didn't he do laundry at your place? Yeah. I mean, seriously, it was so transparent that Shady Sadie lied her ass off on that stand. And why did she do it? Well, money. She thought that she would get a cut out of whatever the Rosalios could get out of it. She didn't. But she's getting child support. But Zach in prison, he doesn't make much. So I believe she gets like $30 a month in child support from the state.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. How many children do they have together?
3 children. 1 teenage girl and 2 9-year-old boys at the time.
So did they bring up anything like, because, one thing I learned, by starting to cover this, like you stated earlier, means, motive, and opportunity. Was it anything brought up that the prosecution pointed to where you could see that they had vowed conversations, or he said something that they really point to?
Yeah. Zach did visit the apartment complex. And he kept a folder on his computer about Rosalio. But here's the thing. They had, at the time, a custody dispute that was brewing.
He kept a what on his phone?
A folder on his computer at home, which was Rosalio. Because, as explained later on, he was trying to get custody over the kids. Because Shady Sadie allegedly hung around bad people with alcohol and drugs. So now, if you can't afford an attorney but get an advice from a 1-hour conversation with an attorney, what will they tell you? Gather evidence yourself. So he had a folder about who she was involved with, Rosalio Goiteres, finding stuff out so he could get custody over the kids. That the prosecution used against him, claiming he was stalking them. Yeah. It's a truly horrific case. And,
so what was in the file?
Well, who is Rosalio, his car, and photos and attempts of recordings, stuff like that. Gathering things for the custody case, and they used that against him.